Hi, welcome to Aurora Miniatures. I'm your host Ben, and today we're looking at a decorated sample of our HO scale GMD SD60F locomotive. The SD60F is a Canadian variant of the popular EMD SD60 series locomotives from the 1980s. The main spotting feature of the SD60F is its full-width body and cab, along with a tapered section right behind the cab. For this reason, these locomotives were nicknamed the Draper Tapers, after the man who designed them. Canadian National purchased 64 of these locomotives, and the majority of which were built in 1989 at the General Motors diesel plant in London, Ontario. These locomotives were in service with CN and traveled all around Canada and the US in their service lives. All units were retired by CN in around 2017, and some units are still used by second-hand owners today. Our SD60F is modeled after the 60 locomotives which were built in 1989 and delivered to CN as Class GF638B. For this production run, we are offering the locomotive in 4 different paint schemes across 12 different numbers. The first one is the as-delivered version, which is appropriate if you're modeling 1989 to the early 90s. A total of 3 different numbers are offered in this version. A decal sheet is provided if you wish to transform your as-delivered model into an in-service version. The second one is the in-service version, which is very similar to the as-delivered version, but there are safety stripes added to the steps and ladders of the locomotive. There are variations to the locomotive markings, which differ from the as-delivered version, such as front and rear end markings. There are also fire extinguisher and spineboard markings applied where appropriate. The locations of such markings are specific to each road number. This version is appropriate if you're modeling the mid-90s and onwards. A total of 7 different numbers are offered in this version. The third one is the North American map paint scheme. CN5537 is the only locomotive to wear this paint scheme in real life, and we are offering this one number for the model. The final one is the website paint scheme. CN5560 is the only locomotive to wear this paint scheme, and we are also offering this one as a model. Let's get a closer look at our painted sample here. This is our first factory painted test sample, and it's decorated as CN5537. This is the only SD60F that was repainted in the CN North America paint scheme, as you can see. The model comes with all the details and features that you expect from a high-end HO scale locomotive. It has an injection molded plastic shell that is highly detailed. Here we can see all the separately applied parts on the model: the windshield wipers, grab irons, handrails, steps and ladders, sunshades and wind deflectors, cab mounted bell, horn, winterization hatch and screen, lift rings, MU hoses, trainline hose, and coupler cut lever. Now this model is missing the snowplow, but on the production models we will have snowplows installed on the front of the unit. The bottom of the locomotive is where this model stands out from the other North American HO scale diesel locomotives. The traction motor contour and details on the bottom of the truck are fully replicated using our patented design for the truck towers. In every past HO scale model, this area has been a flat piece of plastic. Our truck design allows a see-through effect when viewing the model from track level, just like the real thing. In addition, we also have fully replicated underbody piping details, and we have also replicated the details on the inside of the pilots. I am now at the Scarborough Model Railroad Club in Scarborough, Ontario. This is actually my home model train club, and here in the basement is the club's HO scale layout. And this is where we run all of our HO scale model trains. Our DCC and sound equipped version of the SD60F will have a factory installed ESU LoCsound 5 decoder, and also with ESU recording of the 16-cylinder 710 G3A prime mover, along with other authentic sounds. Our model follows the standard North American ESU function mapping, so that it will work flawlessly with other manufacturers' locomotives which are also equipped with ESU LoCsound. I will now demonstrate the model's lighting and sound features. The lighting features are as follows. Function 0 turns on the directional headlight, and function 5 cycles the tricolor class lights. You have red, and then green, And finally, white. Function 6 turns on the dish lights. Function 8 will turn on the number boards and also the instrument panel light on the control desk. The step lights and truck lights are on by default and can be turned off with function 13. Selected sound features are as follows. Function 1 turns on the bell. You can change to another bell recording by adjusting sound CV10. Function 2 is the horn. That was the Nathan K3L horn, and you can change to a different horn by adjusting sound CV9. And lastly, function 8 turns on the 710 prime mover. Okay, now it is time for some important announcements. The reservation deadline for the HO scale GMD SD60F Locomotive is Monday, December 13th, 2021. Production of the models will begin immediately after the reservation date. The MSRP of the HO scale GMD SD60F Locomotive for the DC model is 249 Canadian dollars, or 209 US dollars. The DCC sound version MSRP will be 349 Canadian dollars and 299 US dollars. Please reserve at one of our listed hobby dealers to avoid missing out. And that is all for the Aurora Miniatures HO Scale GMD SD60F. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook for future updates. Thank you.